far we have discussed 4 methods of solving pair of equations. Now we are going to get the answer or nature of equations by doing few calculations. We don't want to solve it. We want to know the nature of equations. Either they are intersecting, either they are coincident, or either they are parallel. We don't want to get the solution. Remember, we don't want to get the solution, but we want to get the answer, that what category it does belong to, right? So we need to have 2 equations for that, and before we solve it, you must be thinking what is A, B, C, A1, B1, C2 values are, right? So let's start with it. You must have learned about standard form in grade 9 about pair of equations. So when we take only one equation, we have ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. So this is the standard form. RHS should be 0, right? So ax plus by, coefficient of x a, coefficient of y b, and c for constant. So this is only for one equation. Let me repeat for another as well. So you must have got the idea what is A, B and C is, not about 1, 2. So if I am naming the first equation, I will write as A1, then A2, B1 and B2, C1 and C2. 2 number denotes about the equation number 2 and first number denotes about equation number 1. So this is the standard form. And whenever we use this method, always remember, we cannot use this method without converting into standard form, just like cross multiplication method, right? I told you that standard form is compulsory. So in this case, now we are going to solve problems based on this method. So when we have pair of equations, we have 3 categories to classify: intersecting lines, coincident lines, or parallel lines. Now how to decide that? So we are going to take ratios of coefficient of x, a1, a2. You can see over here a1 and a2, coefficient of x, and here also coefficient of x. We'll take ratio of these two. Then we will take ratio of coefficient of y, b1, b2, and we will compare it. Are they equal, right? And if they are not equal, then it is the case of intersecting line. They have only one solution, right? I'll explain what consistent mean here. Let me go for the second category, coincident lines. What happens in this case, if we take ratio of this two, and this two constant, all these ratios are equal. So that is the case of coincident line, and we know coincident line has infinite solutions. Third category, you take first ratio, second ratio, first 2 ratios are equal, but third is not. So that is the case of parallel lines, and we already know that parallel lines are not having any kind of solutions, no solution, right? Now let's talk about consistent and inconsistent. So this first category is also consistent, and so do second, but third is not. Why? Think about, there is some common point between these two systems, but this category is little bit different than first 2 cases. So why is it that? So consistency is decided based on the solution. If you are getting solution, then that system is consistent. Here you are getting one solution, so we can say that this system is consistent. Second, coincident line, we know it has infinite solutions. We need only one bit, we have infinite solution, so this system is consistent. But here parallel lines, no solution, so that's why we call this category as inconsistent. So remember these words, parallel line case is the only case of inconsistent. And if you see the question, which of them is consistent or inconsistent? So we are not going to judge that either they are intersecting, coincident or parallel lines, but we are only going to judge that are they going to have any kind of solution, maybe infinite or only one. or either they are not going to have any solution. Let's start with it. So the first equation is 4x minus 5y minus 12 is equal to 0, and second equation, carefully look at it. There is some issue with this equation, I can say. 10y plus 20 is equal to 8x. So first equation is in standard form. RHS is 0. See, ax plus by plus c, it is also in that form. 4x minus 5y minus 12. The signs are different, no worry. Now this second equation, what to do? Don't take any kind of ratio like 4 by 10 minus 5 by 2, 12 by 8. No, don't take it. You will get incorrect answer. So what are we going to do? First, we are going to convert this second equation into standard form. We need to convert into standard form. For the standard form, first should be x, first variable, second variable should be y, and third should be coefficient. What do we have? Y as a first coefficient, then constant, then on RHS side it is variable. That's not acceptable. RHS side it should be 0. So we are going to shift this minus, we are going to shift this 8 this side, right, and going to convert into standard form. So let's start. This 8x here it is positive, so if I shift this side that will become negative. Okay, so minus 8x, then 10y as it is, then plus 20 as it is, and RHS is 0, so it is standard form. Clear how we converted this into standard form? Let me rewrite first equation here so we can take proper ratios. 4x minus 5y minus 12 is equal to 0. So I am going to take ratios of coefficients of x, coefficients of y, and constants. So let's start. Coefficient of x. See, number which is written before x, we call it as coefficients. You can take along with the sign minus 8, and here number before x, which is 4. Remember, do not write this equal to or not equal to sign right now. We will decide afterwards that they are equal or not. First of all, only write 3 ratios, then we will decide either they are equal or not equal. So 10 as it is and minus 5. Remember, do not forget the sign if it is negative. Positive if you don't write it, that is okay. And 20 over minus 12. So let's do cancellation if there is any cancellation possible. 4 ones are and 2s are, 5 ones are and 2s are. Here 3s are and 5s are. So let's see the ratio. What ratio do we have now? Which is minus 2, then minus 2, and last is minus 5 by 3. So you can say that first two ratios are equal, but third is not. So which category is it? Compare over here, you will be able to identify. So that is the case of third, which is parallel lines. First two ratios are equal, but third is not. So we can say that the system is inconsistent. We need to judge, is it consistent or inconsistent? System is inconsistent. So this is my final answer. Remember, standard form is the key to get the correct answer. You need to take proper ratios, then compare with the formulas. Let's do another sum for it. So let's discuss second sum. We have two equations, x plus 2y is equal to 4, 3x plus 6y is equal to 12, right? So what we are going to do, first step I told you, key step you need to remember, convert into standard form. RHS should be 0. That's our motto. We want to shift this constant on LHS side. So if I'm going to shift this 4 over here and 12 over here. Let me rewrite. So x plus 2y minus 4 is equal to 0, RHS 0 standard form, and 3x plus 6y minus 12 is equal to 0, RHS 0, so standard form. Now what we are going to do, we are going to take ratios. We will take ratios of coefficient of x, coefficients of y, and then constant. So you can see, you may get confused that x has no coefficients. I told you that if there is no coefficient, you need to write it as 1. So I can write 1 over 3. I told you, do not write equal to sign or not equal to sign anywhere. Do not write it. First we will only take ratios, we'll simplify it, then we will decide either they are equal to or not equal to. So next is 2 over 6, here minus 4 over minus 12. Now if you can do any kind of cancellation, go ahead with it and get the answer. 1 over 3 we cannot do any cancellation. 3 is a prime number and 1 is neither prime nor composite. 2 ones are and 3s are, minus minus plus 4 ones are and 3s are. So let me write the simplified one. Here 1 over 3, here also 1 in numerator and 3 in denominator. Even by mistake, do not write this 3 in numerator, right? 1 is there. So 1 over 3, and here again 1 over 3. So you can see all three ratios are 1 over 3, 1 over 3, 1 over 3. They are equal. So I can write equal to sign between them. Now decide which is the case. Okay, first is not the case. Yes, second it is. All three ratios are equal. Coincident lines. It has infinite solution. So I can say that it is consistent. So let's discuss one more example. Here we want to find the value of k while the category is given. We are doing reverse. So far we were finding which category it belongs to. Now we are going to do reverse. Category is already known and we want to find the unknown which is present in the equation. So find the value of k for which the system of equations has no solution, right? The key word is no solution, right? So where is it? No solution. So what case is it? It is the case of parallel lines. We are going to use this formula. Ratio of coefficients of x is equal to ratio of coefficients of y is not equal to ratio of constants. So as always, first step is to check, are these equations in standard form or not? And if they are not, we are going to convert into standard form to apply this formula. So kx minus 5y is equal to 2. RHS is not 0. So we cannot say that it is in a standard form. So we are going to convert into standard form. I will be shifting 2 over here. That will become minus 2. So kx minus 5y minus 2 is equal to 0. My first equation. Second equation, 6x plus 2y is equal to 7. I want RHS 0. I will be shifting over this side. So 6x plus 2y, this 7 will become minus 7 is equal to 0. Now I can apply this formula. First two ratios I will be taking equal and third ratio I will be taking as not equal. So if I write the ratios, it will become k over 6 equal to minus 5 over 2 is not equal to minus 2 over minus 7. Now remember, we want to find the value of k. So we will only consider the first two ratios because it is for the condition equal to. and third is for the not equal to. So we will take this first two ratios equal to and then we will find the value of k. Let me rewrite one more time. Then we will simplify. K over 6 is equal to minus 5 over 2. I will be shifting this number 6 in numerator. So what's left only? K 6 multiply by minus 5 over 2. You can write 1 in denominator for your understanding. 6, 2 ones are 2 and here 3s are. So k is equal to, don't forget this negative sign. It's seen to forget it. Yeah, you are going to get wrong answer. 3 5s are 15 and minus sign. So if I take k is equal to minus 15 over here, I will be getting the category as no solution or parallel lines or inconsistent pair of equations. So this is how we find the value of unknown when category is given in question. So let's discuss one more case where we are going to find the unknowns when category is given. Previously, we found only one unknown, which was k. Here, we are going to find two unknowns, a and b. And which is the category? See, it is given that for system of equations has infinite solutions. So, we are talking about the case of infinite solutions. Ratio of coefficient of x, ratio of coefficient of y, and ratio of constants will be equal. So first step, we need to convert into standard form. So I am taking the first equation, which is 2x as it is plus 3y as it is, and I will be shifting this 7 over this side. So this plus 7 will become negative. So minus 7 is equal to 0. RHS 0 means standard form. Now same I am going to do with the second equation. Now observe over here that x a minus b whole bracket is a coefficient. Don't try to open the bracket, okay? It will give you so many unnecessary terms and increase the complexity of the sum. Don't do it. Don't open any of the bracket. Keep it as it is, as a coefficient of x. So first term there are no issue, a minus b into x, plus second term a plus b into y, and third term. Now see, you have two choices over here. You shift 3a, you will be writing minus 3a. You shift plus b, that will become minus b. You shift minus 2, that will become plus 2, and RHS 0. Or what I am going to do in this case, I am also going to make bracket like coefficient of x and y. I will be making as a bracket and I will be shifting all three terms like one term whole together, right? So there will be only one minus sign before the bracket, which is 3a plus b minus 2 is equal to 0. Clear? I have shifted all three terms like a one term. So I don't need to keep changing the sign for each and every term to avoid that confusion, to avoid that trouble. Now you can see that both equations are in standard form. So which category it is? Again, it is the category of infinite solutions. So if I take ratio, I will be writing equal to sign between them. Remember, why am I writing equal to sign between them? Because it is indicated in question that this equations has infinite solutions. There is only one category which has infinite solutions. So let me write this. First of all, I will be writing coefficients of x. So coefficients of x, which is 2 here, then here, which is a minus b. See, now it is very easy to write coefficient of x because it is written in bracket separated from the x. So A minus B, then equal to sign. Why? Because this is the case of infinite solution. It is already given that we have to use this case. So you can write equal to sign according to the formula. Then coefficient of y, which is 3. Then here coefficient of y, which is a plus b. Then again I will be writing equal to sign. Why? Because this is the case of infinite solution. So equal to minus 7, and here again I will be writing as a complete bracket, which is 3a plus b minus 2. So my formula is ready based on the case of infinite solution. Now what I am going to do? I have a minus b in all three terms. What to do? And wait, what you can do over here, minus 7 and minus before this bracket. So that will become plus. See how easy it is. If you would have changed sign over here, every term would have different sign, and this 7 would also have minus sign. So right now it is very convenient that both have become positive. Let's solve this. So we are going to solve. How you can do? Either you can take this term and this term together, all fine, simplified, you will get one relation of a and b, right? Or you can also take this term and this term together and solve it, you will get another relation there. So we will solve those relations as well. So I am starting with my first step, this first relation, and second I am comparing it, then I am going to solve it. So let me start. 2 over a minus b is equal to 3 over a plus b. Now be careful how to simplify this. Cross multiplication. This denominator I will be multiplying with 2. Complete denominator I will be multiplying with 2. So I am writing 2 into bracket a plus b, right? Equal to sign as it is. Now same I will do here as well. This whole denominator I will be multiplying with what? 3. So 3 into a minus b. Clear up to this? Up to this? We have cross multiplied this. This denominator multiplied with 2 and this denominator is multiplied with 3. So let's use distributive property. Multiply this term with each and every term. So 2 into a will be 2a plus 2 will be multiplied with b, that is 2b, is equal to 3 will be multiplied with a, so 3a minus, why minus? Because I am taking the same sign that b has. 3 will be multiplied with b, so that will be 3b. Now you can see that a and b is on LHS side, also it is on RHS side. So what I am going to do? I am going to collect all a's on one side and all b's on another side. So this 3a will come here and b will go that side. So 2a minus 3a, because 3a was positive, so if I shift it will become, yes, negative. Then minus 3b as it is, and plus 2b will become what? Minus 2b. So minus a is equal to minus 5b, and this minus minus will become what? Positive. So I can write a is equal to 5b. This is my first relation. I have not got the value of a and b. I have relation with me. So after simplifying the first and second term, now what I am going to do? Second step, I will be simplifying second term and third term. Then I will have one more relation and I will substitute over there. Substitution method that we discussed previously. So I am just highlighting this relation. A is equal to 5b is my relation. So let me write this. 3 over a plus b is equal to, here what, 7 over 3a plus b minus 2. 3a plus b minus 2. Be careful while you rewrite the equations. If you write plus and minus interchange it by mistake, you are not going to get the correct answer. So again, here also I am going to do cross multiplication like this. Okay, this denominator I will be multiplying with 3 and this denominator I will be multiplying with what? 7. So 3 into 3a plus b minus 2 is equal to 7 will be multiplied with this denominator, which is a plus b, right? Now let's open the bracket. We are going to multiply 3 with each and every term. 7 we are going to multiply with each and every term. So this will give you 3 3s are 9a, then 3 into b, that is 3b, and 3 into minus 2, that will give you minus 6. 7 into a, that will give you 7a, plus 7 into b, that will give you 7b. Now you must be thinking that let me substitute the value of a in this one directly, but I would still prefer to simplify first, then you substitute the value, so there will be less steps to do. So let me collect all the a's this side and let b as well. So 9a, this 7a will become minus 7a plus 3b as it is, then 7b if it comes this side, that will be minus 7b, and minus 6 as it is. Remember, I have shifted 7th over here, so it will become minus 7a. I have shifted plus 7b over this side, so it will become minus 7b. Rest of the terms are as it is, 9a, 3b and minus 6, and RHS is 0 because 7a is shifted and so do 7b. So let's simplify it. 9a minus 7a, that will give you 2a, 3b minus 7b, that is minus 4b, and here minus 6 as it is. So it is very easy now to simplify it. I will be substituting the value of a is equal to 5b into this equation. So 2 into, instead of a, what will I be writing? 5b minus 4b minus 6 is equal to 0. So let me multiply 2 5s are, which is 10b minus 4b minus 6 is equal to 0. So 10b minus 4b, okay, so that will give you 6b, and if I shift over that side, this minus 6 will become what? Correct, plus 6. So that will be 6, and if I get the value of b, 6 over 6, this 6 is going into denominator, so if you cancel it, that will be 1. So my value of b is what? 1. Still my answer is not complete. I need to get the value of a over here. So if I substitute this value over here, let's take the equation. A is equal to 5b. A is equal to 5b. So 5, what is the value of b, which is 1? 5 multiplied by 1. So value of a is 5. So my two values, two unknowns that I was looking for, b is equal to 1 and a is equal to 1. Let's recall this step one more time. First of all, you need to identify which is the category out of these three. Is it consistent or like only one solution, intersecting lines, or you have infinite solution, right? Or maybe no solution, or maybe inconsistent. Remember, identify your category first. According to that, apply your formula. And before you apply your formula, what is the most important step you need to remember? Which is converting into standard form. If the equations are already in standard form, then no worries. But remember, if it is not, like our situation was that it was not in a standard form. So I have converted into standard form, then I have applied the formula. Okay, two unknowns, so we need two equations. So my first equation is A is equal to 5B, and my second equation is 2A minus 4B minus 6 is equal to 0. I have simplified it. So you get the value of one variable. After getting the value of one variable, substitute into the another one. So we get the values of two unknown. So this is how we solve equation when the nature of system of equations is given.